Well, it's official, people. We're getting more Pooh. After just 3 days of being in theaters, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey Part 2 is getting some crazy reactions because it was just about a year ago when Part 1 released in theaters. And that was a movie that they didn't spend a whole lot of money on, but it made way more money in its very short limited theatrical run. So of course they were like, all right, let's make a sequel. But the thing is, that movie didn't make a whole lot of money because it was a good movie. It was just because people were intrigued to see the idea of a Winnie the Pooh horror movie. So the first movie sucked, and the Rotten Tomato score and everything like that really reflects that. Nobody really cared for that movie. I watched it. It's not great. So yeah, but Part 2 just came out as a much better budget, and surprisingly, reviews are great on this. It had a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for a couple of days. I think it's now lower than that, but it's still in the 90s, I believe, which is insane. Like, I never expected that from this movie, but now the thing that makes me upset is that I can't watch it, because if it was playing in theaters anywhere near me, I would 100% go and watch this and do a review for the channel. But unfortunately, I would have to drive like 5 hours to go watch this movie, and that just wouldn't be worth it. So, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey Part 2 is supposedly a really good movie, which is really exciting. And now, because of that, it's been officially announced that we're getting more Pooh. We are getting Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey Part 3. Not a whole lot of details are here for this film yet, but it is saying they're going to have an even bigger budget for this film, which is great. Because I've seen people say that one of the best parts of Part 2 is the increased budget, but there's still some issues that are very obvious budgetary restrictions. But now Part 3 will have an even bigger budget in play. And on top of that, we will have new characters introduced, including Rabbit, the Heffalumps, and the Woozle. So bringing in some more classic characters from Winnie the Pooh, which I think is great. And interestingly, this also plays into how we just got the announcement of Poohniverse. With the Twisted Hood childhood universe, obviously we know Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is the big staple of this universe with Part 1 and Part 2 and now Part 3. But we're also getting these other films, these other classic childhood stories turned into horror films with Bambi the Reckoning, we have Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, and Pinocchio Unstrung, all leading up to Poohniverse Monsters Assemble, which releases in theaters next year, 2025. So it doesn't mention it here when Blood and Honey 3 will come out, so I'm not sure if maybe this wasn't planned when they announced Poohniverse and now it'll come out before that, or if it'll come out after Poohniverse. Because my thoughts initially when Poohniverse was announced is that, like, oh, this is going to be the conclusion, this is going to be the Avengers Endgame to this universe, and it still will be the Avengers Endgame, but maybe it won't exactly be the end game, and we could continue post Poohniverse. Maybe we could get multiple Poohniverse movies. Who knows where this is going? But what we do know is that Winnie the Pooh is going strong, and we are getting a third movie, which is insane. But hey, if the second movie's really that good, then cool. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this official breaking news that Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey Part 3 is happening? So thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the movie life.